Whew, you guys tired yet? We're going through this giant stack of LaserDiscs I got. I'm Culturedog Sam Hatch. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And we are in video number 300. I can't even remember. I'm not even keeping count anymore. We're just going to keep on going until we can get through all these discs. We're through the set of the definite keepers that I'm definitely holding on to. And we're up to F now. So we'll let that car go by and we'll jump right in. Starting off with the widescreen edition of a film that was just, kind of overshadowed by the fact that one of the actors, Michelle Pfeiffer, was on a piano on it, but nobody ever talked about the film itself. But Steve Kloves wrote and directed Fabulous Baker Boys, and I've not watched this properly. I think I've seen pieces of it on cable, so here's my chance. Now it's on LaserDisc, which is the way I like it. So I got that. And even though I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray of this, this is a very minty widescreen version from 1997. Yeah, boy. Though strangely no 5.1 surround sound, just matrixed Dolby Pro Logic action. But 2.35 to 1. Mark Lester's adaptation of Stephen King's Firestarter. I saw this in the cinemas and a bunch of times on cable. It's been quite some time since I watched it, though, so I'm going to watch it on LD first and then watch the Scream Factory. So there we go. 2 down. Nobody's really clamoring for this in their collection, but it is 90s, and it's THX certified, and it's got, just probably some Matrix surround sound, but yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's 1994. But what the hell? It's the Flintstones. Yeah. I saw it. I didn't really retain much of it. I was a big Flintstones animated show fan, but I didn't really love it. But I'll keep it on LaserDisc. This was an upgrade, an even mintier copy. I had originally gotten mine from Columbia House from the LaserDisc Club, but they shipped theirs in these boxes that would get corner bumps galore and damaged easily. This one's got a little bit of corner bumpage on the top, but it's pretty minty. Forrest Gump, classic release, though interestingly, it's one of the earlier AC3 5.1 releases, but this film is purposely created with a very, very, barren sound field in the surrounds, even though there's scenes in, Vietnam where you expect all sorts of surround activity, Apocalypse Now style. But yeah, this is not a film to show off your 5.1. It does have a bonus making of on the last side there, Through the Eyes of Forrest Gump. There was a couple bits where the goofiness of it went a little too far for me. But unlike my parents, I actually enjoyed the film. Saw it a couple times theatrically. And loved it on LaserDisc. There is a big box set of this sucker too, but I didn't have a copy of this, and it's on the cover of one of the earliest issues of Widescreen Review, so it just feels like a LaserDisc moment to me. 1993, I believe, was the year this came out. 5 sides, widescreen edition of Gettysburg. I have seen parts of this. I saw the follow-up, Gods and Generals, theatrically, and really didn't hang with that. Did not enjoy Gods and Generals at all, and sadly I didn't walk out. But I've heard nothing but good things about this. Interesting kind of package. I believe this is a triple gatefold. And let's see if we can do this gracefully. Yeah, there we go. So something like this. There you go. So yeah, very nice copy. And more Civil War action. Gone with the Wind. This is there was like a 50th anniversary edition that's almost identical to this. This is the new digital restored or digital remastered edition. It's pretty much the same thing though. Nice gatefold jacket. This used to be one of my go-to rainy day movies back in my LaserDisc basement heyday. Just watching Gone with the Wind by myself in my basement. As any young bachelor would. It's either this or Star Wars or Reservoir Dogs, right? 90s video classic. Yet another upgrade. I keep finding mintier and mintier copies of this. A little bit of spine creasage here, but not too bad. The AC3 special edition of GoldenEye, which we always joke about is the most rare film ever, even though it's in just about every lot, just like Braveheart is. Great gatefold. Fun special features, including the World of 007 television special hosted by Elizabeth Hurley, who interestingly went on to be in a Bond spoof shortly thereafter this film. But you got to get the DTS copy if you're a Bond fanatic. This was one of the other things I was super excited about to get in this lot, just because I didn't own a copy. That wasn't a VHS tape. Probably taped off a cable. And this is a letterboxed rendition and tends to go for a decent amount of coin nowadays. 1991, so it's not like a later AC3 reissue or anything, but it is a nice letterboxed Richard Donner flick, The Goonies. Yeah, so I mean, it'd be nice to have it in digital too, but I don't know. It's nice having a good letterboxed copy, and I freaking love this cover artwork. It's gorgeous. So, yeah, way to go, Warner, for again not putting the stupid stripe thing on the side on the front and just letting the artwork rock. So they get bonus points for that one. This is 4-3. I'm surprised they didn't make a letterbox copy, or if they did, I don't have it. This came out in '94. Film was '93. Really dug this film. It's pretty messed up. Joseph Rubin's The Good Son, Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood, and just kids gone bad. Yeah, fun stuff. I remember renting this back in the day and really digging it. So super cool to have it on LD. This is a common, but it's an upgrade because it's in pretty nice shape here. Again, this is easy to find kind of beat up because they just cram 2 discs in a single jacket. So the spines easily get beat up. Again, though, they were nice enough to leave the cover image for the poster art. Goodfellas. Silver stripe on the back, however. But yeah, decent transfer. What year did this drop? 1991. So yeah, nice stuff. Good Pro Logic track on there. A little bit of an upgrade. And I did not have this on LD. And I had the old DVD, which sucked. I don't know if it was Macrovision problems or something, but it was just like super dark, and it was like one of the worst looking DVDs I ever have. So this is a nice DTS rendition. Jacket's a little beat up, but who cares? Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore, DTS. So you can hear those balls going everywhere. And 5.1 surround sound. And yeah, any special features? No, but yeah. Letterboxd 1.85 to 1. This is an upgrade. I do have the Japanese pressing as well. This is a nice unrotted copy, even though it's Sony DADC USA of In the Line of Fire. Upgrading for the copy Moiki gave me, which had a little bit of sun fading at the top, but nothing major. Good flick, still holds up. Clint's typical Clint. This is another upgrade, and one of the first times I've had this complete. The THX special edition, well, just widescreen edition. There's really not much on here for special features of Independence Day. AC3 5.1. I did just get the proper special edition with the director's cut from Vincent Onorati. Shout outs to Vincent. I showed that in one of my last videos. But this has nice gatefold, but it also has the Independence Day free poster offer, which is still good if you send, let's see, one poster's free. Additional posters are only $5 each. There's 3 different poster designs, and you can get all 3 of them featuring full color artwork and full size, 27 by 40. Nice. But each additional one is $5 each, so if you want to get them all. Let's see if it doesn't say if we have to send it in by a certain date. If you go to foxhome.com/disc, maybe get some more info there. Oh, wait. No, offer valid January 22nd, 1997 through April 30th, 1997. Comes with a cool questionnaire. Do you have a PC? Do you have access to the internet? Have you visited the 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment LaserDisc website? Yeah, pretty good times. Do you plan to visit our site again? And income. But yeah, this has the nice lenticular card, which I've never had in a copy of this. On the backside, it's got a little write-up. The success of Independence Day has gone beyond anything we ever could have imagined, says Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. So yeah, just goofy little card. And this I tend to get when I get copies of this, but the Sci-Fox newsletter thing. It's just a little four-banger, 4-page. So you can get alerted to all the science fiction products from Fox. And you've probably seen the inner gatefold of this before, but let's show it again, just in case. And this has the proof of purchase seal, too. The tab on the inside. Nice gatefold, but yeah, one per proof of purchase tab. Yeah, classic, craptastic. Gotta love it. Maybe not. Better than the sequel. Independence Day. Let's put the card back in there too. Bloop. Bam. All right. Up next is a set I was actually excited about because this is one of the ones that you usually would use a repeat Columbia House LaserDisc Club membership to sign up for and get, the initial 3 titles. But for some reason, I always failed to pick these up. So I got, Star Wars multiple times and Back to the Future, but I never did have proper U.S. copies of the indie films. I did finally get a copy of this, but this is a much nicer jacket. Gorgeous looking disc too. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a nice gatefold, even though it's just one disc, but the movie's too cool to contain in one simple package, so you have to have a gatefold. Great release. I do have the Japanese box set as well, but I like the transfers on these American ones much more. That said, of course, with every great film comes a sequel, and it's better than Crystal Skull. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom disappointed the hell out of my tiny ass when I saw this in the cinemas back when it came out. But it's very nice LD, and I got to have a copy of it. But yeah, it's better than a pile of monkey brains. But things pick up again, and I got a nice upgrade to my copy of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Again, they're all letterbox, nice packaging, sweet stuff. Yeah, definitely recommend getting these if you're a fan. More gatefold goodness. And any special features? Nope, no special features for you. And this, I was psyched to get because I do have the discs, but the original jacket I got in this was damaged, so it was unsavable. But this is, apart from a stress fracture or two, minty. And I do still enjoy the original Tommy Lee Wallace rendition of Stephen King's It. Looking forward to It Chapter 2 coming out soon, though, as well, cinematically. But yeah, I'm still always going to dig this version. It's a great TV miniseries. And on LD, you can get it with the original, like Part 1 and Part 2. The opening to Part 2 got trimmed on a lot of later reissues because they had to cut out all the opening credit stuff, which actually plays over some story. This I'm intrigued about just because I never knew that Danny DeVito plays a television horror host. So I kind of want to see it just for that angle. Jack the Bear. I just thought it was like a saccharine family drama, and it very well may be. But I am intrigued by the fact that he plays a guy called, Al Gorey. Steven Zalian did this screenplay, so it's got to be decent, right? This, there's been multiple versions of. I've never owned any cut, period. I've just seen it on, on cable. But yeah, so let's go for it. Letterbox copy, JFK. Great jacket art, by the way. So yeah, back and to the left. We'll show the jacket art back and to the left. Pretty simple jacket art, but on the interior, this is another simple pleasure of mine. I was excited to have this. I never even knew that this was letterboxed, because if I was on Jeopardy, and it was like letterbox LaserDisc was the category, I would have bet all my money that there was no widescreen version of this. So I was completely flabbergasted to find out that it was widescreen. Must have been forced by the filmmaker or something, because this came out in 1992. So strange for Warner to do the right thing at that time. But yeah, John Patrick Shanley's underrated Rovers the Volcano, though this kind of has found its audience. When it came out, it was written off and had a cult audience, which is now just kind of become a mainstream audience. But yeah, some great stuff in here. Killer direction. This is a nice late-ish release. AC3, 1997 release from MGM UA. Kingpin. Some things you will definitely not be able to unsee in this film. But some good Farrelly Brothers nonsense. I haven't seen this in a dog's age. I rented this on tape, probably from Tower Records in Boston back in the day. This is a nice widescreen release too. Again, this is something I would have expected to have found in 4:3 only. But this is from 1996. Cool flick, 1.85:1. Steve Martin and LA Story. I haven't seen this in a while either, so I was psyched to have this sucker. And any special stuff, theatrical trailer on there. So yeah, not too bad. It even mentions like that the transfer was done by Larry Orr at VDI and supervised by Matt Friedman and Jonathan Wallace. Cool stuff. Nobody ever mentions like who did the telecine transfers and stuff. Yeah. So except for Criterion Collection. So I thought that was badass. This is another upgrade just because it's a little less beat up, though it's still got some stress fractures, etc. Even though I just got the THX AC3 reissue, but I can't have too many copies of the theatrical cut of Michael Mann's Last of the Mohicans. Freaking love this film. It's fantastic, and even the Dolby Prologic Matrix encoded soundtrack is awesome. So I got another copy of Last of the Mohicans. And in case you want to get some uplifting stuff, got the special unrated edition of Leaving Las Vegas, which is, maybe saw some of it on cable back in the day. Never watched the whole thing, and I got all LaserDisc, so what more do you want? Letterboxed and Dolby Surround Matrix, because I think this was 95, but 96 release, but they didn't spring for the 5.1 surround sound. I guess they couldn't have a drunken Nick Cage on 5.1 channels. This was sealed, but I had to tear it open, and I didn't own a copy of it. And this release came out in 1998, which is a late-ish release. It does have a documentary on the last side and some B-roll and all sorts of fun things. I don't think it's got a commentary track, but still pretty nice. Lethal Weapon 4. Again, Mel Gibson probably not going to beat Jet Li in a street fight, but you were told to believe so in this film. But it was just cool seeing Jet Li in an American film at the time. But like Richard Donner stuff. So I did not have that. I had a copy of this, at least a couple, but they're always from people's collections where they actually let kids manhandle the discs, and these things were all trash. So finally, a watchable CLV single disc copy to go with my nice box set of The Lion King. Every once in a while, you just need to throw it in and not have to flip tons of sides, etc. So, nice single disc issue. And back in the Woody Allen territory, this is notorious for being one of the first laser discs that was letterboxed, though not the first. There was a couple Japanese releases that were letterboxed before this came out. This is actually a later rendition from 1991, so this is not the early letterboxed copy, but Woody Allen's Manhattan. It's one disc, but it is a gatefold. MGM would do that occasionally. But, nice gatefold action. And you gotta have a copy of Manhattan. Another beloved film from, you read about it all the time in cineast magazines and film comment, etc. Martin Campbell's The Mask of Zoro, another nice late-ish release. Never had this on LD, and never had it on DVD, so I was psyched to have it. This was sealed as well. I tore it open. Does it have any special features? 2.35 to 1, which is nice. But yeah, great looking copy. So that made me happy. And another upgrade. Love the cover art on this sucker. Film's okay-ish, especially for a Tim Burton film. Still didn't stop me from going to see it 2 or 3 times in the cinemas. Mars Attacks. It's got its moments. Kind of bites off more than it can chew, and it's kind of just meanders, but whatever. It's got, Martian heads exploding, and 2.35 to 1, AC3 Dolby Digital, and it's just great. Even the backside, great cover art, awesome stuff. And another upgrade, just a little mintier looking, even though it's it's got a few scratches or whatever. But it is the Pioneer pressing of Men in Black. There were 2 pressings of this. Pioneer USA made some nice ones, and Sony DADC USA made some rotted ones. So you always have to check the mint marks on these suckers to determine whether or not you have a potentially clean copy. Dolby Digital, and 1.85 to 1. Nice stuff. And let's see. Another one I was psyched about to have in this set, even though it's relatively common and not anything anyone really gets excited about. I always thought this was a single disc, so I was surprised that it was 2. Maybe because it contains the film within the film as a special feature. But a nice homage to classic cinema from Joe Dante. Matinee. Yeah, John Goodman. Really good stuff. And it does feature Matt, the film within the film. Love this film. Good stuff. So I was very happy to have that on LD. Didn't own a copy of this in any way, shape, or form. A nice gatefold deluxe letterbox edition of Mutiny on the Bounty. So I will say yes to such things. Dolby Surround and gatefold. Contains the original theatrical trailer as well. But yeah, why not? Almost winding down. I think we can finish this with one more video. I showed before the early crappy 80s rendition. This is a nice widescreen version from 1991 of Wolfgang Petersen's The Neverending Story, as heard vocalized by Susie Pooh and Dusty Bun in Stranger Things Season 3. Lamal and his killer jams. Yeah, got to check out some Neverending Story on LD. And then I've shown this. This will be the 3rd time I've shown this in this collection. This was an opened copy of Neverending Story 2, the next chapter, with Box Office Bunny on there as well. Any special features? I don't believe so. Just letterboxed and 2.35 to 1. I always forget that George Miller directed this, so too cool. I haven't seen that in a while. And we're starting to get diminishing returns. Cover art on this thing is brutally horrible. Neverending Story 3, Escape from Fantasia. Yeah, if you get all close up on this, look it up online. It's pretty rough. So I'm not expecting much from this. I've never actually seen the 3rd film. It is presented full frame. I just might, ditch this at some point, but hold on to it now just because, just for completionist's sake. And this I was psyched to have. I think there was a later AC3 issue too, which I will definitely have to get. And I've got these on DVD and Blu-ray, and my wife's a huge fan as well. But yeah, classic stuff from Richard Donner, The Omen. Yeah, killer cast. Great stuff. Enough said. Gotta have The Omen. And this is an upgrade slightly of a very nice widescreen edition from 96 that Fox dropped for 1 million years BC. Yeah, nice glossy jacket, killer artwork. Yeah, kudos to Fox for dropping that one. And yeah, that'll do it for this video. We'll shut off there and then we'll come back for the big finale. Whew, there's a lot of laser discs. We can do it though. I'll see you guys shortly. Cheers.